And race fans, we're right here in the pit area with the Ripper, Rip Williams. Welcome to Ventura Raceway once again here in 2004.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's always a nice place to race, a nice surface, and close to the beach.
Now, you've won your fair share of races here in the 410 wingless sprint cars. You won back here in May, and you're here once again with a familiar number 3. Looking for some good things here tonight, and you are the points leader.
Yeah, you know, last time we were here, we hit the pretty good setup, and they kind of missed theirs, and, you know, we looked pretty good.
Now, right now, you are the points leader like we just talked about, and you've ridden racing sprint cars over 25 years now and have not won that championship. Now, do you put pressure on yourself week in, week out, or is it still all about winning main events?
Nah, we pretty much try to win main events. You know, I've won 2 car owner championships for various other people, and, you know, Jack's never won one, so, you know, maybe we can win one.
Now, this season, we just like every other season, we run all over the place. We run the Manzanita Speedway, we run Paris, we run here, we run there. We come back to the smallest racetrack that probably ever made here on the West Coast. How do you prepare for a race like this? Do you bring out the old car and put the kind of the good stuff on it, or do you just bring the car you run every single week, or what do you do?
Well, we're down to just this car. We got a brand new car that we're still doing some testing on. So this is the car that's the primary car. So this one we brought.
Now, we still got a lot of great race car drivers out there. You got the Damian Gardner, only 42 points behind, but you keep telling us it's all about winning main events, and kind of a little bit in the back of your brain that how good would this championship be if you did capture that?
Well, you know, it'd be real good for the crew and the car owner and all the sponsors that put all the money in. You know, they're the ones that really deserve it.
Rip, you've looked the same for seems like the last 20 years. You're really concentrating and keeping your diet right through the wintertime. You're not trying to bulk on too many pounds. You're really kind of like an athlete, a football player, so to speak. You know, trying to keep yourself in shape, and you look great. And you're still gassing up a sprint car every single weekend.
You know, you start getting a little older, you got to pay better attention to your body, and you try to keep the weight off because that'll hurt you. And I just try to eat well and try to exercise as much as I can. I don't do as much as I should.
Now, Ventura Raceway, we got about 30 cars in the pits here tonight. Ventura Raceway, primarily an always tacky, fast racetrack, and you've got a lot of wins here. What are your thoughts here at the Ventura Raceway? How about the racetrack?
Well, you know, the wind's blowing real hard today, so I'm not too sure how the track's going to fare, but, you know, whatever happens, we should be ready.
Well, Rip Williams, you're the head of the points here this evening. Good luck to you tonight, and good luck with the rest of the season. It's going to be a wild one.
All right, well, thank you.
And we're down here with Mike Kirby, third in the point standings. Mike Kirby, you have 3 wins on the 2004 season, trying to go for number 4 here at the Ventura Raceway. Where are your most victories?
Probably here. You know, just been struggling a little bit, but be all right. This is a different car we brought last time here. We brought a bar car. We're going to try a coil car tonight and see how it does. We ran a similar car with a 360, seemed to be pretty good.
Now, you got hooked up here with Glenn Crosno in 2004. You guys went out for the first Valvoline USAC CRA race at Paris, and you won that race. Now, was that with the coil or the bar car?
The coil car. We ran the bar car only 3 times.
And haven't had a whole lot of experience with the coil cars. You kind of got to grow up in the 60s or the 70s to run these coil cars. It seems like it's kind of a renaissance era. How come you guys keep changing back and forth? He's trying to make Mike Kirby more comfortable?
No, we took the coil car to Hanford, and all it did was wheelie, so we tried the bar car there last time, and it gets pretty rough here, and it don't like to be rough. It likes it pretty smooth, so we thought, and then we brought it with the 360, like I said, was pretty good, so we're going to try it tonight and see what happens.
Well, Ventura Raceway here, like we talked about a little bit before the interview, that you are the most victorious racer here in 410 wingless sprint cars. This track really suits your style with sprint cars and the figure eights.
Exactly. Nah, it's a good racetrack. I enjoy coming here. You know, all the people are real nice, and Jim Nader does a good job. It's fun. You know, it's just all around fun here usually.
A lot of drivers that kind of getting their start right now in this division. What are some key points, some key advice you can maybe give to some drivers out there and try to tackle this Ventura Raceway, because it's a very fast racetrack for its size.
Real fast, you know, it's just got to keep on the wheel here for 30 laps. That's the biggest deal. You know, you seem to slack just a little bit and you get past, you know, and it's tough. Hopefully it gets a little slick, and, you know, we'll get rid of that run wide open through the middle, and we'll see what happens.
Well, you're still fast as always. You're third in the point standings. You passed Old Rutherford there to take over the third in the standings. You got Damian Gardner and Rip Williams right in front of you. Mathematically, you're still involved. You guys still working hard week in, week out for this?
Yeah, we're trying different things every week. And, you know, we tried some different things tonight. They changed a few things in the car. It's just not like it was the first of the year, so, you know, we tore it up a little bit there, so see what happens tonight.
Well, Mike Kirby, good luck to you here tonight at Ventura Raceway. Always fast, always on the gas.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
And we're here with the Demon, Damian Gardner. Gardner, we're coming here to probably not one of your favorite racetracks, but you've always been fast here, and you do have a win.
Oh yeah, you know, it maybe didn't start out as our favorite, but you know, we don't qualify maybe the best here, but we're gonna change that tonight, and we're gonna get qualified up front so we can be there be contending for the win. But we always race good here. We come from the back several times here, come from the back to win. So we race good here. It's just they've made it a little bit wider, which made it a ton better. Now there's room to pass, and the guy running the bottom can't really hold the can't do as good a job holding the guy off on the top. There's room to race. So we like that. And especially we gotta usually start in the back or start towards the middle there. We just want room to race, and they've done that, and ever since they've done that, we like it.
Now we've got the Valvoline USAC CRA race for the chase here. You were over 100 points behind Rip Williams a couple months ago. Now you've narrowed it down to just 42 points, and you guys have built this kind of semi-brand new race car for you, which is a little more comfortable. And you've had 3 quick times in a row going for number 4 here tonight. Car's been very fast. Yeah,
the Seagull chassis is just working great ever since we got it. It's just it's made my job a lot easier. I should win every night I'm out in it, but Bruce is just tuning it so good. I got to thank him. Can't thank him enough. But I think this is what we need, and we should be fast tonight. Just getting things turned around here, and like I say, close up that 40 points, and we just want to win some races, and we'll with the wins will come the points.
Well, it seems like you guys have been. The last couple of years have been trying to get back to that success of that green and silver car, trying to get that Damon Gardner comfortable mode, that rocket mode, as you say, and maybe this is the car that's going to do that. Now you've had 6 wins. It took you a long time to get that first win at King Speedway, but you've had 6 since that point. And like we said, the car's been very, very fast, and this car is definitely to your likings right now.
Yeah, as soon as we we had the green 20 and it was real fast, and we kind of went away from that and went with some other stuff. Drove for some other people, and came and drove for Bruce, and he saw how fast the green car was, and he wanted wanted me to drive like that again, and we did good in the other car, but ever since we've gotten this one, we've just been on a roll, and I think it can continue, and hopefully we can continue it tonight.
Now this is your junior season, your 3rd official season in wingless 410 sprint car racing. Assess your kind of your grade, if you will. What kind of grade do you give yourself over the last 2.5 seasons here with the wingless 410 division?
Oh, I don't know. I think we go hard. We try to win all the races, and I think we're often criticized for that, but it's just more or less my style. And this year, we're just gonna have to run consistent. You see Rip, he's running consistent, and I like to stockpile the W's, and that's what I want to do. But I want to win the championship too, so I might have to back her up a little bit and roll around more like them, and just run some 3rds and 2nds and 4ths or whatever we got to do. But I want to win the races, and I think if we can just keep winning and be more patient, that's key right there. Just be patient, and if we have to wait to the end to try to get the win, then we will.
Damon, you're definitely kind of remind me of a driver that used to run this car, Richard Griffin, and every time he'd go out to qualify, as you know, he's the kind of racer that when he's on that track for the 2 laps, everybody puts their wrench down or he puts their rags down to watch him. Now the focus is turned to you. You're that guy. I tell you what, Tony Stewart's got this great little saying. He says, "Don't just race, dominate," and that's what you're here to do.
Yeah, that's what I've always dreamed of doing. I just didn't want to be a racer. I wanted to dominate. And I don't know that you can achieve that. It's tough. You see some guys do it, and it's tough to do that. With the guys you race against. But I don't think it's more or less actually dominating, which can be done. But you've seen other guys do it. But it's the strive to dominate, and the strive to dominate will get you the W's and bring you success.
Well, Damien Gardner, always with your elbows up, always steering it with your thumbs because you got them so high. Good luck here at the Ventura Raceway, and we're looking for that W.
Thank you. I just want to thank Ventura for having us out. Thank you, guys.
And good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Ventura Raceway. Starting on the pole, the first heat race for the Ford Focus Midgets in the 39 car, that is Cal Smith. To the outside of row number 1 in the 77 out of Bakersfield, that is Steve Davis. Inside row number 2 in the 91, that is Chase Barber. Outside row number 2 in the 15 car, that is Bobby McGowan. Row 3, the 8 car, of Jeff Gregory in the 28 car of Eric Pace. And in the back is Jet Davidson. First heat race of the night here at Ventura. Green flag is out. And they head down to turn number 1. It looks like Stephen Davis. No, it's Cal Smith off the bottom in the yellow 39 car. Smith hugging that wide line, getting that left front nice and powdery. And after lap number 1, it is Cal Smith. Smith running the bottom side, the huggy pole, followed by Chase Barber and Steve Davis. Barber now going to try the middle of the racetrack. Now he goes back down to the bottom, and Smith's going to lead lap number 3. So we've got Cal Smith, Chase Barber. Barber looking faster than Cal Smith, hits him in the rear end, gets him a little loose. And now he's going to try the top side, try and go around the 39 of Cal Smith. So at the stripe, we've got Cal Smith, Chase Barber, Steven Davis. Barber now trying to go topside once again, trying to make that high line work. And let's see if he has the momentum off of turn 4. No, he doesn't. It is still Cal Smith in the Say No Drugs number 39. Smith, a former SCRA sprint car racer, now runs the USAC Ford Focus Series and leading the first heat race. Stephen Davis in the blue 77 drops from 3rd now to 5th. Barber still trying that high line. Running 3rd right now, it's the 15 car of Bobby McGowan out of Ramona. Now he pushes the front end, and that'll open the door for the red 20 white of Eric Pace. We got all the top 4 running the bottom side, but it is Barber in that white 91 trying to make the top work. But Cal Smith still heads him out now. The 15 of McGowan slips to 2nd. McGowan working that low line, trying to stick a nose under Cal Smith. Off of turn 4, Smith pushes up wide. Checkered flag, it's going to be Cal Smith. Followed by the 15 of Bobby McGowan and the 91 of Chase Barber. Finishing 4th is going to be the 28 car of Eric Pace. And these racers not knowing that the checkered flag came out. And actually the white flag did not come out to these racers, and that's why you're seeing them race back to the checkered. So the winner out of Duarte, California, 39, it is Cal Smith. Second heat race for the Ford Focus Midget. Starting on the pole, it is the 54 of Alex Harris. To the outside of row number 1, it is the 31 of Chris Ray. Inside row number 2, in the straight up 5 out of Rossmore, California, it is Brent Engstrom. Outside row number 2, in the 12 car, that is Steve Coster. Inside row 3, the 20 car of Rob Kershaw. Into the outside, the orange Ford, that is Josh Lakatos. Row 4, we got the 14 rather, of Pace. And the 25, and we get the green flag. Black 25 car is no grading. Contact coming up at turn 2 between Harris and Chris Ray. Ray opening up that bottom side to the 5 car of Brent Engstrom. Kershaw in the white 20 slips to 4th. He's got a transfer spot. And your race leader still is the 54 of Alex Harris. Alex Harris, race car a little tight right now, will not hold the bottom. And he's going to open the door to the white 31 of Chris Ray. Ray off at turn number 4 with the lead, and he will lead lap number 3. So we've got Chris Ray out in front, followed by the 54 of Alex Harris, and running 3rd, it's the white 20 of Rob Kershaw. Running in the 4th and final transfer spot, it is the 12 out of El Cajon, California, that is Steve Coster. Nearly 3 wide off of turn number 2 between Coster, Pace, and Lakatos. Lakatos mired back in the 6th spot. And the 4 of Pace getting by that 12 of Coster, a lap ago for the transfer spot. And Chris Ray starting to extend his lead right now as he leads Alex Harris, who's running 2nd by about 7 car lengths. Kershaw in the white 20 getting a great bite off of turn number 2, side by side, down into turn number 3. And Kershaw secures the 2nd place position with the white flag flying. Chris Ray, 1 lap to go. Kershaw now bobbles and drops a spot to Harris. Coming off of turn number 4, the heat race number 2 for the Ford Focus Midgets. Gonna go to Chris Ray, followed by Alex Harris. Rob Kershaw in the 4th and final transfer spot, going to the 4 car of Eric Pace. or check that, the 14 of Ryan Pace. And one more time, give it up for the 31 car of Chris Wright, picking up heat race and win number 2 here in the Ford Focus Midgets. And here is your lineup for the third and final Ford Focus heat race of the inning. Starting on the pole in the 19 car out of Los Altos, California, that is Bradley Galdridge. Outside, row number 1 in the 10 car, female racer Ashley Swanson. Row number 2, the 40C of J.J. Erksey. To the outside, the 21 of Bobby McNovich. Row 3, the 7 car of Todd Hunsacker and J.R. Williams in the back. It's Jake. And the green flag is out. And off of turn number 2, it is the 19 car with the lead. That is Bradley Galdridge, but check out the blue 40C of J.J. Erksey. Erksey running for that Bill Camarillo. Off of turn number 2, a little bit of contact off of 2 between Erksey. Erksey is your new leader. Galdridge falls back to second. McNovich now third. Swanson in fourth. Jake Vale in that white 11 car. We want to make mention of him. Forgot to mention him during the pre-race there. But right now, leading lap number 3, it is J.J. Erksey. Followed by Bradley Galdridge, Bobby McNovich, and the 10 car of Ashley Swanson. And all top 4 are running right under a blanket. And as I say that, the 40, your race leader, J.J. Erksey, starts to stretch it out on Galdridge. Galdridge now second. McNovich third, and the 10 car of Ashley Swanson. J.J. Erksey, former TQ Midget champion of USAC, now trying his hand at Ford Focus Midgets out front. In the lead, lap number 4. Galdridge still second. Swanson doing everything she can to try to get around the 21 of Bobby McNovich. McNovich, of course, the former CRA S-Series sprint car racer himself, now runs third. White flag flying. Erksey, 1 lap to go. Down into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 3. It goes to J.J. Erksey. Second goes to Bradley Galdridge. Third goes to Bobby McNovich. And fourth going to Ashley Swanson. So J.J. Erksey in the blue 40C picking up the victory here in heat race number 3 for the Ford Focus Midgets. Herman Sater still tacking the cushion, contact in 3. Absolutely no love for the 17 of Seth Wilson as he gets pile driven by the 41 of Bobby Cody. So a tough break for the 17 Seth Wilson from the San Diego area. Gonna have to tag the tail here in heat race number 3. And a lap 4 restart here. Jordan Hermansteiner out front, Bragg second, Cody third, Argo in the 4th and final transfer. Hermansteiner's gonna do the old school cushion restart. No, he ducks off a 4. Green flag is out. Watch Tony Jones in the blue 2 car. He's going to try to get around the wild man. Rodney Argo for 4th. Jones up top. Argo down low. Remember, Tony Jones was the last qualifier. Now Cody into Bragg. Cody drops to 4th. Check him out as he goes for 3rd. Wheels up for Rodney Argo. Little wheelie off of turn 2. Jones still trying the top side. Argo down to the bottom of turn number 1, nearly stalls it out. And a great battle between Argo and Bragg. Argo now 2 second, Bragg 3rd, Cody 4th, Jones in 5th. Tony Jones having a heck of a time trying to get around the 41. Bobby Cody, he's going high, ducking low. Looking like old Sugar Ray Leonard out there, but now he still runs 5th. Jones just cowboying and puts the Hoosier deep in the cushion. Cody now gets into Bragg. Everybody continuing on. Hermansteiner still out front. Tony Jones trying to scare the living daylights out of Bobby Cody, trying to get him out of the way, but doesn't happen. And the win's going to go to Jordan Hermansteiner, followed by Argo. 3rd, Bragg. And 4th is going to go to the 41 of Bobby Cody, but Jordan Hermansteiner picking up the victory in the Alexander Trucking number 4 for the 3rd heat race for the Valvoline USAC CRA Series. Fourth and final heat race, number 4 for the Valvoline USAC CRA Series. Alan Ballard and Ron Bach, row number 1. Luis Espinosa and Danny Eberts, row 2. Rick Zeal and the 44 of Mike Spencer, row 3. And in the back, the Ripper, Rip Williams. And a rough-looking start here off of turn number 4. Down to turn number 1, Ron Bach with the advantage, or does he? Pushes the front end and just gives it right back to Alan Ballard. And the yellow flag is going to fly. No start. No start on this one. We're going to try it all over again. And we're going to do another restart here, side by side. Ballard and Ron Bach, row number 1. Luis Espinosa, Danny Eberts in row number 2. Fourth and final heat race of the night. 10 laps, top 4 transfer. Looking for a green flag. It is out. Green flags are flying. Bach nearly gets into the wall. Off of turn number 2 with the lead, it is Alan Ballard, followed by the 149 of Ron Bach. Espinosa third, now stays third at the stripe. Espinosa now to second. Bach goes from second to fourth. Bach now in the transfer spot. Bach pushes the front end again, gives the spot to Rip Bach to the dead last on the racetrack. So it goes from the front row to the back. Espinosa with the wheelie. Zeal pressing Ballard for first as the yellow flag will fly once again for the Black 50. That's the Black 50X of Danny Eberts out of Canyon Lake, California. And he will bring out the red flag here on lap number 2. So Alan Ballard out in front, followed by Rick Zeal. Luis Espinosa, third. Rip Williams in the 4th spot. Off of turn 4, looking for a green flag. Alan Ballard with the slowest restarts in history. Leads him down to turn 1. Look at Zeal firing that big Southwest Flyer down to turn 1. Rick Zeal in the Lancaster, 14. Now your race leader. At the stripe, it is Zeal. Ballard, Rip Williams slides up in front of Espinosa, drops him to 4th. So Espinosa 4th. Spencer in 5th. Spencer working the low line. Takes over the 4th and final transfer spot. So Mike Spencer now to 4th. Rip Williams now to 2nd, who started dead last on this field. So Ripper's got one more car to pass, but another driver on the move is the Black 50 of Danny Eberts. Eberts cutting some sweet laps on the top side and trying to go around the 09 Espinosa. He does it. Keep an eye on the Black 50. He's going to try it again. Oh, nearly contact. Espinosa now 5th, trying to hold off. A fierce challenge from the Black 50, Danny Eberts. Zeal still your leader. Rip Williams 2nd. Ballard is 3rd. Mike Spencer in the yellow 44 in the 4th and final transfer spot. Espinosa and Eberts still going at it for 5th and 6th, but they need to pass Spencer. They're trying to get into this main event. Great battle for 3rd between Spencer and Ballard. Spencer now taking over the 3rd spot. And the white flag flying off of turn number 4, picking up the win. It's going to go to Las Cruces, New Mexico's Rick Zeal, followed by the Ripper, Rip Williams. 3rd going to Mike Spencer, and 4th with the transfer spot, the 97 of Alan Ballard. So Rick Zeal all the way from Las Cruces, New Mexico, picking up the 4th and final heat race here in the Valvoline USAC CRA Series. Here it is, the Ford Focus main event, 20 laps the distance on this one. Row number 1 on the pole, the 19, that is Bradley Galdridge out of Los Altos, California. Outside in the 54 to Simi Valley, that is Alex Harris. Row 2 is the 15 of Bobby McGowan and the 39 of Cal Smith. And we're going to go green as they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Down to turn number 1, we got cars everywhere banging and bumping into each other. And the yellow flag is out. Cars involved. The yellow 39 of Cal Smith. The red 28 of Eric Pace. The 91 of Chase Barber. And it looks like the blue 15 of Stephen Davis. Or it might be the blue 77 of Stephen Davis. No, it is the 15 of Bobby McGowan. And a complete restart here. Alex Harris, who started on the front row, goes to the pit area. He was leaking some fluid. Lights out on the racetrack. Gaildridge and Irksey, row number 1 off of turn 4. The green flag is out. And now the yellow flag is out. And here it is, the restart for the 20 lap Ford Focus main event. Front row starting Alex Harris in the 54 car, ducking to the pit area, was leaking some fluid out of that race car, so he goes to the pits. Bradley Gaildridge and J.J. Irksey, row number 1, green flag is out. And we are racing, and we got cars crashing all over again. So it's the 59, Jet Davison, the 91 of Chase Barber again involved. The 77 of Stephen Davis and the straight up 7 of Todd Hunsacker. So 4 cars involved have yet to complete 1 lap here in the Ford Focus Midgets. And we've yet to get a lap in here for the 20 lap Ford Focus main event. We started with 23 cars, now we've knocked that down to 19, so we've lost 4. Gaildridge and Irksey, row number 1, green flag is out. Down the front straightaway into turn 1, Irksey with the advantage. Trying that high line, does not have the momentum. Gaildridge now your race leader. Ray now dropped to 3rd, was 2nd at one point. So it's still Bradley Gaildridge. J.J. Irksey 2nd, Chris Ray in the 3rd spot, McNovich in 3rd, or 4th rather. Kershaw slips to the 5th spot. Rob Kershaw, current VRA sprint car racer here at Ventura, and now a battle for 2nd. Ray getting by Irksey. Ray backs her in way too hard. Now he's going to try and give up the spot again, and he does. And while all this racing's going on for 2nd, way out in front, it's the 19 of Bradley Gaildridge. Out front, it's still Bradley Gaildridge. Irksey, Ray now takes over 2nd. Drops old J.J. Irksey to 3rd. McNovich 4th, and Kershaw still in 5th. So Bradley Gaildridge in the working group 19 out in front. Great battle for 3rd right now between Irksey, McNovich, and Kershaw. Chris Ray starting to reel in the 19, your race leader, Bradley Gaildridge. Chris Ray, multi-time winner in the Ford Focus Series. Gaildridge doing a fantastic job. Top 5 still the same. It's Gaildridge, Chris Ray, Irksey, McNovich, and Kershaw. The 14 car of pace starting to get around Kershaw. As the leaders now working the lap traffic. The leader Gaildridge and 2nd place running Chris Ray get around the lap car of Jet Davison. Ray now starting to reel in Gaildridge once again. Chris Ray very, very hooked up on that bottom side, but Gaildridge still way out in front. They've gotten by 1 lap car, but they're approaching a whole bunch more. And things are going to get interesting here with about 9 laps in the books. Approaching the halfway point. Gaildridge running that low line. Down into turn number 1. Ray right on the back bumper of the 19 of Gaildridge. Check out as they go through lap traffic. Ray making the move off turn number 4 through the infield. But the yellow flag will fly for the 11 car of Jake Vale out of nearby Ojai, California. Jake Vale, a rookie race car driver this season, 16 years of age, will bring out the yellow flag. So your race leader right now is Bradley Gaildridge. 2nd is Chris Ray. 3rd is J.J. Irksey. 4th is McNovich, and 5th is Rob Kershaw coming off of turn 4, looking for a green flag. It is out. We go racing.
Galdridge leads them down into the south turn and off of turn number 2. Ray still tucked in, about 2 car lengths behind your race leader. The 14 apace now working Kershaw for the 5th spot. Kershaw airing him up, nearly gets into him, and he drops a spot to the 14 apace. Ryan Pace now to 5th. And your top 5 still the same between Galdridge, Chris Ray, J.J. Irksey, McNovich, and Ryan Pace. McNovich now pressing the 40 car of Irksey for 3rd. McNovich nearly getting into Irksey, but side by side down the front chute. And into turn 1, McNovich now to 3rd. Great battle between the leaders, between Galdridge and Ray. Putting Jet Davison another lap down the front chute. Galdridge doing a wonderful job holding off the veteran Ray. Ray's just hanging back there in 2nd, trying to see if the 19 of Galdridge will make a mistake. Racetrack's so good right now, there's not a second groove. So all you can do right now is just follow the leader, and the white flag is out. Just 1 lap to go. Ray's going to do everything he can. He gets up on the berm. I don't think that's going to do it. Down into turn 3, off of turn number 4 with the win. Going to go to the 19 car, and the working 19 of Bradley Galdridge. 2nd goes to Chris Ray. 3rd goes to Bobby McNovich. 4th goes to J.J. Irksey, and rounding out the top 5, it's the 14 car, Ryan Pace. So the win going to the 19 car of Bradley Galdridge out of Los Altos, California. The working group 19 of Bradley Galdridge taking the victory. A fantastic job for this racer. And they're going to point Galdridge off of the racing surface, and we will be back with semi-main event action for the Valvoline USAC CRA Series. 12 laps. The top 4 transfer on. Jay Hicks, Damian Gardner, row number 1. Bernard Rutherford, row 2. Check it out. Green flag is out. Down into turn number 1. Damian Gardner with the lead off of turn 2. Contact. Four cars, go to your left. Watch this guy, no steering. Sorry, dude. I thought he was going to kill somebody. All right, I'll restart the crash footage. So the yellow flag out right now for 4 race cars. 5, the 30 of Chris Wakeham, the green car of Ronnie Case. That's the one that's suspended in the air. Also gathered up the 149 of Ron Bach and the 20 of Dennis Rodriguez. There's another car over there. Ronnie Case sitting on top of 1 race car. Don't know who that is right now. Last chance race for the Valvoline USAC CRA Sprint Cars. 12 laps, top 4 transfer on. Jay Hicks, Damian Gardner, row 1. Brian Bernard and Troy Rutherford, row 2. Tony Jones and Luis Espinosa, row 3. Green flag is out. Gardner gets the jump again down into turn number 1. Off of turn 2, it's the Demon, followed by Hicks, Rutherford, and Bernard. Jones going top shelf, trying to make something happen. Bernard trying to poke under Rutherford, trying to take over 3rd. What a great battle we have right now for the transfer spot. Hicks is 2nd. Rutherford nearly gathers him up. Jones working that top sides. Keep an eye on the blue 2 car of Tony Jones. Jones working the top. Up on the Fonz, trying to get around the 47 of Bernard. Jones is cowboying and putting the Hoosier deep in the Ventura cushion. Tony Jones still trying that top sides up on the Fonz. Jumps the cushion. Driver on the move right now is the green 33. Ronnie Case from dead last has gotten by 5 cars. Jones still knocking knocking on the 47's door, but here comes Seth Wilson. Wilson on the bottom, cutting some pretty sweet laps. Your top four still looking like this. Gardner still out front. Jay Hicks second, Rutherford third, Bernard in fourth. Great battle for fifth on back between Seth Wilson, Tony Jones, and Luis Espinoza. Damian Gardner almost loses it down in turns 1 and 2. Keeps it going. Jones still trying everything he can. Remember, it's the top four that transfer on. Tony Jones has got about 15 tear-offs just flying off his helmet. Looks like he pulled one. He's got about 15, so he's scraping to see. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag on the racetrack for the 97H of Brandon Lane from Phoenix, Arizona. So he will bring out the caution flag, and with just a handful of laps, can Tony Jones or Seth Wilson get into the top four and get around the 47 of Brian Venard? 9 laps down, 3 laps remaining. We're taking the top four with just 3 laps to go. Who's going to get into tonight's A main event? Damian Gardner leads them off of turn 4. Green flag is out. Rutherford going to the bottom and puts a right rear right in to the 66 of Hicks. Espinosa slides in and clocks the roll cage of the 66 of Jay Hicks. Hopefully Hicks okay. Took a hard shot to the cage by Luis Espinosa. Espinosa, VRA sprint car racer at Ventura Raceway, doing a good job trying to get into the top 4 while running 6th. And his night ends after making contact with Jay Hicks. And the Ventura Raceway safety crew here going to right the 66 of Jay Hicks. Damage to the 09 of Espinosa, flat right rear, another damage. And a little fire breaks out on the 66, and the safety crew squelches it with a little blast from the fire extinguisher. And great news from the driver from Torrance, driving the red 66, Jay Hicks, out of the race car. Report is he is okay. Also the 09 of Luis Espinosa also getting out of his race car. Both cars done for the night. And what a tough break here with just 3 laps remaining in the semi-main event. Still lots of great racing left. And with just 3 laps remaining in the semi-main event, you got Damian Gardner out in front, Troy Rutherford second, Venard third, and 17 of Wilson in fourth. Tony Jones and Case 1 spot out of a transfer. And the green flag is out. Rutherford trying to do what he can to get around Gardner. Gardner nearly bicycles. Tony Jones still working that top side. Venard pushes. Almost 4 wide off of turn number 4. Watch Jones and Case on the top side. The green 33. The Blair chair now up to 5th from dead last. Watch the 33 of Ronnie Case. White flag out. Case goes to the bottom. Oh, he gets in too. Tony Jones then gets nailed by the one of Bach in the 33, or the 30 rather, of Wakeham. So a tough break for Ronnie Case. Started dead last, got to 5th. And the old timer, Ron Bach, getting out of his race car, giving Case the number 1 sign. And the USAC officials telling Bach to get back in your race car. Also involved the 30, Chris Wakeham. Case, more damage to the front end of that car. And we still have just 2 more laps. Actually, the white flag was out. So we're going to clean up these race cars. And the checkered flag will fly as Damian Gardner going to take the win. Second will be Troy Rutherford. Third, the 17 of Seth Wilson. Fourth will be Tony Jones. Fifth, the 47 of Brian Venard. Sixth will go to the 6 car of Nadine Keller, and the 20 car of Dennis Rodriguez will bring it home in the 7th spot. Well, race fans, this is it, the 30-lap Valvoline USAC CRA main event. And on the front row, it's the 44 car of Mike Spencer. To his outside, it is the 41 of Bobby Cody. Inside row number 2, the 14 of Rick Zeal. To the outside, it's the points leader, the Ripper, Rip Williams, in the black 3. Inside row number 3, it's the 38 of Mike Kirby. To the outside, it's quick time qualifier in the black number 5. That is Ricky Gaunt. Inside row number 4, it's the 91 of the Wild Man, Rodney Argo. To his outside, it's Mr. Excitement, Troy Rutherford, in the Priestley 7. Inside row number 5, it's the 50 car of the Demon, Damian Gardner. He is second in the points, trails Ripper by 42 going into tonight's main event. Outside row number 5, it's the Silver 4 of Flash, Jordan Hermansater. Inside row number 6 is the 92 of Mike English, and to the outside, it is the 17 car in the Racing Optics entry. That is Seth Wilson. Inside row 7, the 7K of Bruce St. James from Arizona, and to the outside, it's the 21A, the Warren Dorothy owned car of Danny Showtime Sheridan. Inside row number 8, it's the 2 car of Cowboy Tony Jones, and to the outside, it's the 48 of Gary W. Howard. Inside row 9, it's the 97 of Alan Bauer. To the outside, the 12 of Greg Bragg. And in the last row, it is the 59 of David Carty, and the 51, or check that, the 13, that is the Rocket, Ronnie Case. Jimmy Crawford was slated to start outside row number 1 in the 13 car. However, Ronnie Case is in the rookie points contention right now, leading the points, and he will start dead last on the field. Heavy fog right now at the Ventura Raceway. They're going to come off of turn number 4, and it is showtime. All 20 cars head down into turn number 1, and it's Mike Spencer leading them off of turn number 2 and out of 3. Mike Spencer out in front, followed by Bobby Cody and Rip Williams. Contact off of turn 4. And they continue on. Rick Zeal, flipping turn number 1 and 2. And the red flag is out. And we can see why. This racetrack, with the fog and everything rolling in and all the excess water before the main event, makes this racetrack almost impossible to handle a 410 sprint car around the 5th mile here at Ventura Raceway. Troy Rutherford getting down into turn number 1, pushing the race car in front of Rick Zeal, and Zeal climbing up and over the right rear of Rutherford, resulting a red flag incident. And we can see the driver in the 14 car, Rick Zeal. He is moving around in the race car. The red flag will come out. The crews will come onto the racetrack, and we will come back with the restart for the 30-lap Valvoline USAC CRA main event. Well, race fans, here we go. The fog is starting to get a little lighter here as we have the restart of the 30-lap main event. Green flag is out. Down into turns number 1 and 2. They are 3 wide. It's Bobby Cody with the lead off of turn 2. Gardner getting into Rutherford. Rutherford slips one spot. And we got cars banging into each other again. Rutherford upside down in turn 1 and 2. Rutherford going for an ride as he gets into Damian Gardner during the yellow. It snaps off about 5.5 hard snap rolls. Rutherford going for a huge ride. This happened under the yellow. The initial yellow coming out for the 97 of Alan Ballard. He sits parked in turn number 4. Meanwhile, they go down into turns 1 and 2, and Troy Rutherford climbs over Damian Gardner, and we see Troy moving around in the race car, unbuckling from the Priestley 7. And again, Troy Rutherford snapping off about 4.5 to 5 barrel rolls, and he snapped them off so quick that I do not think he did too much damage to the Priestley 7. So hopefully they can take that car to the pit area, and the Priestley team can make repairs and nick it back out for the feature, as we do not have one lap yet in the books. And the single file restart for the main event. No laps down. Mike Spencer leads them off turn 4. During the yellow flag before they pushed off. Ricky going to the 360. He keeps going. And the fog really starting to get thick here at the Ventura Raceway. It's the 13 of Ronnie Case. Case getting into turn 1 bicycling. Flashing the belly pan. Everybody here at the Ventura Raceway and sticks it in the Gold Coast Custom sign down in turns 1 and 2. And the lap 2 restart. 2 laps down, 28 remaining. Mike Spencer still out in front. Kirby second. Rip Williams in the 3rd spot. Off of turn 4. RPM start to build. Green flag is out. Down the back chute into 3. Mike Spencer still out in front. Good battle for 6th right now between the 50 car of Damien Gardner and the 4 of Herman Sater. Herman Sater sticks it down to the bottom. He runs 6th. And the battle up front starts to heat up between Kirby and Mike Spencer. Kirby breathing down Spencer's back as he sticks the nose in as they head down to turn 1. Bobby Cody up on the fence, trying to make something happen. Kirby still staying down to the bottom. The top 3 cars running the low 9 as Ronnie Argo takes over 4 from Bobby Cody. Bobby Cody's got his elbows up, problem for Argo. Argo nearly locks it up and stalls, but keeps it going, and he loses 2 spots. Kirby all over Mike Spencer. Spencer bobbles off turn 4, side by side down the front chute. Kirby nearly tips it over on the left rear, but saves it. And your top 5 looks like this. It's Mike Spencer out in front, followed by the 38 of Mike Kirby. 3rd is the Ripper. Rip Williams. 4th is Cody, and Gardner is 5th. Remember, David Gardner won the B-Main. Had to start 7th. And he's gotten by 2 cars, and he's still got a long way to go, as this racetrack is extremely hooked up and fast, and not a whole lot of passing going on. Kirby now shifts up to the top side, trying to burn in a new line. He knows this racetrack's getting narrow. Cody drops 4th to Gardner. Gardner now takes over the 4th place spot. And the leaders approaching lap traffic. It's Spencer still out in front. Kirby 2nd. Williams in 3rd. Quick time qualifier. Ricky Gott stuck back in the 7th place spot. Drops for Troy Rutherford. He's going to pull it into the infield. Spencer running right in the middle of the racetrack. He knows it's fast and narrow, and he's trying to drive a real wide race car right now, trying to keep Kirby behind him. Kirby cuts a diamond off the floor. Remember, Mike Kirby, the winningest wingless 410 racer here at Ventura Raceway, trying to claim another one. Spencer, who has never won a wingless 410 race, is trying to do it right now. He's got the lap for the 97 on Alan Batter right in front of him. Spencer down at turn 3, makes contact with Batter. Batter spins out right through the field, gathers up Williams. Gardner involved. They keep going. Amazing. And the running order's still the same, but Cody going around the 50 of Gardner. Amazingly, Gardner with no damage. Gardner takes back 4, and he takes Argo with him. Argo to 5th. Top 5 still looks like this. It's Mike Spencer, then Mike Kirby. 3rd is the Ripper. 4th is the Demon. 5th is the Wildman. They got nicknames, but a 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The leader, Spencer and Kirby, coming up on the 2 lappers of Wilson and Carney. Spencer has not left the bottom all night long. That's the fastest part of the racetrack. Gardner and Argo nearly get together on the 4 again. Spencer trying to find any way around the 17 of Wilson. The bottom side of the racetrack is the place to be right now, but Mike Kirby has slowly but surely burned in his own groove on the top side. Off of turn 2, they're still bottled up behind the traffic. Spencer has no choice and has to go to the top. Wilson blocks it coming off the corner. Kirby's going to stay down low behind the lap car of Wilson. Spencer still out in front. And 1 and 2 run on the top. Spencer still out in front and still not gotten around the lap car. He does so now. Wilson is behind. Actually in a sandwich between Kirby. Kirby now gets around Wilson. Look at Kirby. Kirby's burning in that top groove. Trying to make this place as wide as possible. Spencer still running the middle. Spencer's pretty much giving a message to Mike Kirby that if you want to get by me, you got to go around me or through me. Oh, Kirby gets a run up and turn number 2, new leader. Kirby out in front. Kirby going for yet another win here at the Ventura Raceway. So we've got Mike Kirby, Mike Spencer, Rip Williams. Williams now looking inside of Spencer. They touch. Down to the 3. Spencer now falls to 3rd. Wide flag out for Mike Kirby. That's 1 lap to go. Rip Williams gets around the 44 of Spencer. Off of turn 4, Mike Kirby's going to take the win. Followed by the Ripper. 3rd place. Looks like it went to the 44 of Spencer. Argo might be 4th, or 3rd rather. 5th going to Gardner. So Mike Kirby takes home yet another winless 410 win here at the Ventura Raceway. Gets by Mike Spencer with just 3 laps to go. And Mike Spencer, the crafty veteran from Lomita, California, does it again. We talked to him earlier. Mike Kirby in the Glenn Crosno 38. And the top 3 is like this. The win going to Mike Kirby. 2nd in the black 3 car, the Ripper, Rip Williams. He will extend his points lead for the season title. And 3rd, and very disappointed, is the 44 of Mike Spencer. Spencer still with a good run. However, we know he wanted that win. And Mike Kirby's got his helmet off and out of the race car. Mike Kirby victorious here at the Ventura Raceway. Gives a handshake to his crew chief, Brett Roa. And we're going to hand it over to Jimmy Naylor, and we're going to go down trackside.
Basically, where is Mike? Spencer, come on over here, kid. I'll tell you what, buddy. Flat tire, and you drove the whole race. I mean, I don't know how you did it.
Oh, the left or lucky, not the right rear, but probably helped to get a little more stagger, but just kind of a little disappointed. I kind of got a little thing there, not traffic, and these 2 guys here real good, and they took advantage of it, and that's for that one.
You know, this is a tough sport to be in, and it's tough when you got to race 2 guys that are the toughest in the sport. You know, the Ripper, he ain't getting any older. He's just getting meaner, and he don't care. And Kirby, he thinks he can win everything here anyway when he rolls up here. But you did a great job, and I watched you, son. You didn't make any mistakes. You can't feel bad. You're going to have a few of these, and then when you start winning them, you're going to whoop on those old guys.
I hope so. I got a tremendous amount of respect for both these guys here. I've been watching since I was a little kid, and
I love to say that because it just hurts their feelings.
But we got a lot of people to thank. I got to thank Hal Lindstrom for this opportunity, and we got a lot of good sponsors with Winkle Machine and Marietta Development, Gabby Wheels, Down Commercial Fueling, and Mill Machines, Delmar Wire.
Great job. How old are you?
I just turned 23 on Wednesday. I'm getting old.
23 years old. You got a lot of races. Great job, Mike Spencer. Ripper! The Ripper, get your cookie over here. Come on, old man. I love this old man. I watched him when I was a little kid. Come on out here, buddy. Here he is leading in points. Long night, Ripper, but you never give up, and at the end of the race, you were driving like you were going to win it.
Well, we kind of got hung up there behind Mike, and me and Kirby were trying to find a way around, and finally towards the end of the race, we got a couple lap cars, kind of screwed both of us up maybe, but 1 lap car helped Mike get quite a bit.
Great job. Now, this points championship, do you think about it at all, or just idiots like me bring it up and that makes you think about it?
Well, I'm out here to try to win the race, so, whatever happens, happens. A lot of times it hasn't happened, so kind of used to it, I guess. We're just going to do our best, and that's all we can do.
Well, you gained a few points because Damien was a couple positions. You finished 5th, and you finished 2nd, so great job by you, and a terrific job of driving. I was amazed at the end. You were really on it coming up, and could have been a few more laps. Kirby might have had you to deal with.
Well, you know, an older guy like me takes a while to get warmed up.
Yeah, right. Ripper, listen here. He's 48 years old, driving like he's 28. You're a great guy, and I've watched you all your career, and you're a terrific guy. Thanks a lot, Ripper.
Yeah, you know, I think the gym and all the crowd, I mean, it always comes out here and what a great racetrack tonight. I mean, look at that thing. It's just like Ascot used to be. Tacky everywhere, and you can really race.
Helps with this weather, too. Rip Williams, okay, we got the win against 410 driver at Ventura. We tell everybody that, and you know that, and you come out here, and you just waited and waited and waited. That Spencer guy there, he feels bad. Tell him how good he did all that race.
Well, he did a good job, and I think the left rear tire was almost flat, so I probably didn't help him any, but he did a good job. He didn't make any mistakes, just that one little bit. Had to double her up there for that lap car, and that was the only shot I had. He did a good job.
Yeah, but it's still the Mike Kirby that drives from the pole to the wall, the Mike Kirby that comes out here and thinks he can win every race, and that's why you win so many of them. The track was sticky. It was a racetrack tonight. You guys went lightning fast all night long.
Oh, yeah, that's a great place. This is one of my favorite places to go. It's kind of nice, you know, the car was good, I like to thank the Crosno family, they just do a tremendous job, you know. One of the best cars out here, you know, Brett and Brody, and Jim Wolf, you know, he's getting all back on, almost hitting 100% now, so we'll have him back. And, you know, Glenn's brother Roger and old Bob works on this thing all week, and, you know, we'd like to thank Brad Downing for the big horsepower, and, you know, all the people, Kenzo and Fram and everybody, we'd like to thank all them, and, you know, just, it was a good night.
Yeah, but you're a good race car driver. 3rd points, you keep moving up on them, huh?
Hey, we're just hanging right there, you know. One mistake, and I just pretty much, you know, it's a kind of a 3-way battle right now. And you know, if I can't win, I throw what my buddy Rick does. He's been doing this a long time, and I have a lot of respect for that man. And he's a great race car driver. Hopefully, I can win as many races as he has.
Well, I'll tell you, you're both great race car drivers. You both have great car owners. You both have great crews. And if anybody thinks this is easy to do, they can suit up any night and come run with USAC.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough deal. And you come here, you know, you got to keep up, elbows up all night long here. I like to say hi to my wife and kids, you know, we just got back from vacation. It's pretty nice to have them come out here.
Congratulations, Mike Kirby, the winner gets 410 driver, adds another one. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, thanks for coming out and sticking with us. Appreciate that.
Let's hear it for him. Where's Bradley? Bradley, where are you, buddy? I think, is that you? I don't know Bradley. Is Bradley around here? Where's the Ford Focus main event winner? Ford? Is he around here anywhere? Did I miss him?